Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to show you my Delta 2 Max. It's a power station. I really like it. I'm out in the woods. I'm way out in the woods. Lose my power all the time. I have 150-foot trees. I got forests. Town forest over here, state forest over there. I'm in the middle of nothing but 150-foot trees. So every time there's a little bit of a storm, trees fall over, break the telephone, break the power wires. It's sometimes it's 7 days before they can get out and get the power on. It's not their fault. They're working hard. It's the entire town is nothing but woods. So I'm way out here. There's only a few houses. There's 20 houses on my 1 mile long street. They're going to take care of streets that have 100 houses before they take care of this guy. And that's not a problem. And those big trees, when they fall down, um, they got to get those big trees out, and it's tree after tree after tree after tree. I worked for the gas and electric. I used to watch them do it. It was incredible. The town actually bought this huge front end loader. It was as wide as the street, so no cars could come the opposite way. And all these streets that are in the woods, they'd send that loader up because people are screaming. In the wintertime, out in where I live in Massachusetts, it's life or death. It's -0. So we'll say it's -0. You've got no power, well, you've got no heat. So literally, you can't go 2 days without power, or you're gonna freeze to death. You're gonna be a corpse in your own house. You've got to get the power back on, or the people have to do something. Everybody on my street has a Generac generator. I have one. Swear by that Generac generator. But anyhow, they take that big bulldozer and they come up and they push these massive. These trees are this big around. I mean, they're just, like I say, a 150-foot tree falls across the road. That big bulldozer pushes it. They snap the mailboxes off. Every single house loses their mailbox. Nothing. Hey, we're happy to get the power back on. We'll replace the mailbox later. But all they can do is just bulldoze these huge trees. And as they bulldoze it, they try to push it, turn it so it goes to the side of the road so cars can get by. And then later they'll chop the trees up. But as they pushing them, like I say, they hit mailboxes, they hit everything, and it's just. But you got to save the people's lives. You got to get the power on. So I run my Generac quite a bit, but I pay $5 a gallon for propane. It uses 1 gallon per hour. So in a 20-hour day, it's quite expensive. So if I ran it for 3 or 4 days, it winds up being $300 or $400. Not worth it to me. Um, so I bought this little. Let me shut my water heater off here. Let me shut the water heater off so I can hear a little better. So I got this, and it runs my freezer. I have a huge freezer and a huge refrigerator. So when the power goes out, I take an extension cord and I plug them both in there, and I run my huge freezer and my huge refrigerator. It does for a long, long time. This Delta 2 Max by EcoFlow, you can charge this up in just about an hour, maybe an hour and 10, about an hour and 5, hour and 10 minutes. It's fully charged and ready to go again. So if I run my freezer and my refrigerator for 14 to 16 hours, I let my big Generac turn on again, and I charge this in 1 hour. And while the Generac's running, my house is heating up. So now it's nice and hot, and it slowly comes down. I might turn it to 75 degrees and let the heat slowly come down. And when it gets cold again, I'll start the generator up again. And when the generator's running, I can charge this, plus run the heating system and everything else. So, but anyhow, at night, I don't want to run that generator all night long. So I bought this. Now, my heating system draws 2,000 watts. This thing holds, this holds 2,048 watts is what it holds. And every time this starts up, it draws 2,000 watts. But when it settles down, it's just starting up. It has to get this big, huge. I have a massive 3,000 square foot house. I have a huge squirrel cage in there that's got to turn. It's a lot of work to get all that to go. But once it's going, it runs about 1,300 watts is what it runs. And that's like 1,300 watts per hour, which means I could only get maybe an hour and 3/4 out of it. But of course, your heating system, it comes up, warms the house up, so it runs for 3 or 4 minutes. The house gets warmed up, and then it shuts off. So now it's just sitting here. Then 20 minutes later, it gets cooled, but it runs for another 3 or 4 minutes. So in an hour, this might only run, I don't know, maybe it'll run 8 or 9 minutes an hour. Maybe we'll say 10. If it does 10 minutes an hour, and I can get 2 hours out of it, that's like, I don't know, 8 hours, I'm hoping. So at nighttime, I thought I could buy this, plug it in at nighttime, and run it all night so I don't have to listen to the generator go. The generator is not very, that Generac is fantastic. It's way away from my bedroom, but still, my neighbors, everybody else, I don't want to run the thing all night long. And I kind of like to be awake when it's running in case it runs low and it starts making noise or smoke or who knows. I don't like to run it when I'm sleeping. So I'm going to use this every night when I go to bed. And I've been waiting for a cold January day in Massachusetts to see how many hours we can get out of here. So I'm going to plug this in, and we're going to see how many hours we can get on this furnace. Now let me show you one more thing. I have a 40-foot chimney that goes up to my 3rd floor. Massive chimney, but it's not past the peak of the house. So because it's not past the peak of the house, when the wind goes over the chimney, it doesn't make enough vacuum. So we actually had to put on a little fan. So now I can't just run the heating system. I also have to run the heating system and this little fan that blows the exhaust out. So let me show you that, and I'll show you all my stuff here, and then we'll see how many hours we can get out of the Delta 2 Max. All right, that's the little exhaust fan that blows the carbon monoxide and all the flue gases up and out the chimney. It's not a big fan. It's pretty small. Now, I had, this is a transfer switch, very small transfer switch. This one only runs on 15 amps, so it's a regular plug, and it's got a switch for normal, generator, and off. So I have to plug a cord into that one. And then I have one, again, on my furnace. And same thing. Now this is a 240 volt. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I meant a 20 amp. It's not 240. It's 120 volts, 20 amps, okay? So I had to buy this cord. So I got this cord on Amazon, and this side of the cord will do the 20 amps, okay? And I plug that in just like that. And I'm going to stop that. All right, the back of this Delta 2 Max has, hard to see, I've got all this stuff plugged in. Anyhow, it's got 6 plugs in the back, all right? It's got 6 plugs in the back. I have one to my furnace, and I have one to my fan. And then what we do is we turn that to generator. I believe that one's turned to generator. Now we've got to turn these plugs on, which is this little button. And now you can see I've got the green light. Oh, and I wanted to show you how many watts this would do, so let's see. And it's already started, so I'm going to try to shut that off and do it again. All right, let's see. Okay, the EcoFlow is dead as a doornail. It's 5:41. It actually went dead a little after 5. So it was 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. So about 6.5 hours. I think 6.5 hours to have heat. I can go overnight. And like I say, when I get up in the morning, I'll just use my generator and charge this thing up, and then I can do another 6 or 7 hours. So this EcoFlow Delta Max is fantastic. Really like it. All right, get you if you get a lot of power outages, you can't beat this thing. But the secret is you got to have a backup generator, an inverter. You have to have an inverter generator in order to charge this. And but I'll tell you, this in a generator works great. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys.